Bitcoin is right now at a really crucial resistance level as this has developed over the last couple of days. And now the question is, where will Bitcoin go next? Will we stagnate at this resistance and see a major pullback, or will we see higher prices? If you want to know what I'm talking about and where Bitcoin will go next over the next couple hours and potentially days, stick around here. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, like this video, and also like my new haircut, and also activate the bell so that you will never miss out on these important updates. And now let's jump directly into today's content here. I want to start off with the 12-hourly chart. That is exactly also what you saw here when you clicked the video, that chart. So what we can clearly observe is that we were here in a symmetrical triangle, and the symmetrical triangle has broken to the upside, and the upside target is still $39,528 approximately. On the way up, we ran into one of the smaller resistance areas that I had marked out a couple days ago, and considered this not a big deal, but a lot of times when we think it's not a big deal, it's actually a big deal. And it looks like that this might be actually the case here. This small resistance might be the only thing that is Bitcoin holding back from snapping to $40,000 right now. And as you can see here, we have tried 1 time, 2 times, 3 times now in the last 48 hours to break through that level, and we're not able to manage to do so. So now we open a new 12-hourly candle 8 minutes ago, and this candle is already on its way to the downside, which tells me that we are seeing potentially a rejection from that resistance right now on the higher time frames. So what could be here a potential scenario? So potential scenario could be that Bitcoin starts correcting to the downside, comes back to the EMA ribbon. Again, would be not the end of the world. We will still be in nice $35,000 area and above, and get a bounce from there, and then try again to break it, and most likely going to break it at that attempt then. Or, and I will show you in a second why, it's also possible that we are just turning around and breaking it later today or tomorrow. If we would come back down to the EMA ribbon, like I said, it would be not the end of the world. There's also clearly a lot of support here, around $35,300. That was prior a big resistance, as we can see here with all these touches along that line here from all these wicks on the candles until we broke it to the upside. I'm not really concerned about Bitcoin. If we would get that small pullback, it's absolutely fine. It's a buy the dip opportunity for me. I'm in a slightly over leveraged long position right now, and I'm fighting with myself. If we drop, if I should add to it, or if I should take a hit and just take the stop loss instead of getting liquidated potentially. So I'm still like, torn inside me what I should do. But I gonna decide, I think, when I see a drop happening, what I'm gonna do with my Bitcoin position that I have. But anyway, let's move on. Here on the CME chart, here's something that I want to point out, which most likely will give us a really, really nice Sunday night or potentially Monday morning, and that is the CME gap that we are forming. The CME chart closed at $37,555, and now we are around $37,000. Quite a big gap. And if we are opening here at this price level by tomorrow night or Monday morning, I think you know already what's going to happen. So we at least come up here to fill that gap, and most likely Bitcoin will just continue then to go higher, because that gap is sitting at that resistance level that we cannot break right now. So I believe if we come back up there on Monday or tomorrow evening, that we're actually going to break it. If we don't break it already before and are at a way higher price level, let's say we are at then $1,500 higher at $38,600, then we know where the price will come back to over the next couple of days. So these are the scenarios when it comes to the CME chart that we need to be considering. But I believe that if we stay at these price levels, a move to the upside is way more likely. And I show you now evidence why I believe that is the case. And the reason for that is that Tether printed $1 billion yesterday at the Tether treasury, as you can see on Whale Alert. And what they're going to do with that $1 billion, they're not letting it sitting around in a corner and dusting it away, you know. So they are minting Tether, from my understanding, when an exchange requires more liquidity to provide Tether to their clients, which are buying Tether with fiat. So the exchanges are depleting their USDT. They have to get more USDT with the fiat money that they collected from their clients. So they send it to Tether. Tether mints more USDT for them and sends it to the exchange. So what do the clients do with the USDT once they get it after this distribution from the exchange? They're going to buy more Bitcoin, altcoins, and Ethereum. And that is propping the market more up. So now the question is, did now these clients already start buying? Most likely not so much, because we see in the charts that altcoins today not really are moving, and the market is overall going slightly down. And also Bitcoin did not really move a lot. You know, if you have $1 billion, you can move the needle a little bit in a Bitcoin price to the upside, like $1,000 if you splash it all at once. But that did not happen. So we did not see it. So that means that money is sidelined, waiting to get deployed into the market. And that's why I believe that at some point we're going to see that push here to the upside for Bitcoin. Here on this 4-hourly chart, what I like here a lot is right now that the stochastic RSI has reset. We're at the bottom. The MACD is not super bearish. So we just crossed over bearish, but it's not a super bearish cross, and the RSI is going sideways. So again, if we neglect the MACD, I see here 3 signs for continuation to the upside and 1 sign going against it. And normally where 3 things are pointing to, that's where we actually are going. So here over the next, let it be the next 8 hours, I can imagine that we are trying to get back to $37,600, at least retesting it and potentially trying to break it. So if we break it, then we go to 38, 39 really, really quick today. So, but don't forget, we have that resistance, that major resistance sitting here. We have to get through that first. And once we are through that, then we will definitely get into higher prices. Then liquidation levels. What we can observe here on the liquidation levels is that low leverage short positions are coming back into the market. So you can see it here slightly above the price that we have here. New short positions coming in right now because the liquidation levels are shown here. And we have also some over leveraged long positions just under the price. And I'm guilty. I have one of them in a slight loss right now. So yeah, so I'm guilty that I'm in that block here. I don't believe that we're going to see a flush to like $36,000 right now, even though it would make sense to grab here downside liquidity a little bit because it's highly over leveraged. So it's like a feast for market makers to take it, but it's not a lot, you know, it's not a lot. That's why I don't believe that they are going for it. There's more liquidity to the upside still to be taken before they, before I would reverse it to the downside. So here are some of my trades that are running on one of my accounts. You can see they are nicely all in profit. I have other accounts where I have other trades running. So this is not the account where the Bitcoin trade is running. This is one of my altcoin accounts. You can see a 33% in a profit, 77% in a profit, 12%, almost 13% in a profit. And here a new trade that I just opened earlier is right now slightly underwater, but this will also pay off. So this account was sitting 4 days ago at $59,000. I took already $10,000 out of the account. So the account basically doubled in 4 days that I'm trading on it, which is insane. And guys, don't forget, if you want to trade with me together, then do this on BYBIT. BYBIT is still the best exchange out there for me. Use this specific link so that you will get $30,000 absolutely for free. Or BitGet, there you also still get $30,000 in deposit bonus and 20% on your initial deposit that you can then trade with. So this 20% you cannot withdraw it, but you can trade with it. And the profits of that trade you can actually withdraw, but also only with that specific link here, guys. Then when we are going here to the 1 hourly chart, here's something else that tells me that Bitcoin is getting ready to see a push to the upside, is flatlining here. on the stochastic RSI, flatlining in the RSI, and bullish momentum on the MACD coming in here with lighter red candles, which is signaling that the sell pressure is fading out and the bullish side is gaining momentum. That tells me that we, at least, even if it's a fake out, we're gonna see a push to the upside today, at least of $500 in my opinion. And also here that ascending triangle, technically we have moved sideways out of it, but on the other hand, I could draw it in a different way so that it would still be valid, and that would be like this. So we would be clinching again to the support level with the price action that we have right now on it. So if I extend it like this, so you see, so it is technically still an ascending triangle for now with a price target of $38,987. And if you're not in a trade yet, that would be one of the trades that I would be taking, because Bitcoin can move you on the 1 hourly chart quite quickly to break out of a pattern like this, especially when you see flat, the momentum basically flatlining, you know. So it's like a spring that you squeeze together when you do this, and then at some point you have to release the pressure. So, and this is a situation where we could see something like this here in the imminent short term for Bitcoin by today. So this is going to happen today if it's going to happen. And for that reason, I like when I see a chart flatlining like this on the upside or to the downside. I know, oh, there is a juicy trade waiting for me. That is a trade that I want to pay attention to. So like I said, I'm already in a Bitcoin trade. I don't need to open another one because mine is already slightly underwater because I basically took it here at the resistance. Because I will be honest, it looked like it's going to break, and that's why I took the risk, and then it did not break, and now I'm trapped. Kind of trapped in that trade, but it's fine. I still believe my trade will work out fine. We were killing it for the last 3 weeks here on the channel, so even if I have to take one loss, it's okay. You know, it's I made so much profit, it's not going to kill me. But I still don't believe that I will take a loss on that with what I'm seeing here on the 1 hourly chart. Then let's move on here to this 4 hourly chart where we have a bull flag that we were forming here. I would like to see one more touch to the downside, but we might not get it because also here stochastic RSI is turning around, RSI also turning around to the upside right now. Target $39,479 if we are breaking that bull flag to the upside. So this can also this should also happen today. If it's going to happen, we're going to see a really nice move for Bitcoin today. Here on the weekly chart, here you can perfectly see the resistance that we are facing right now here with these red lines. That is exactly the resistance that I was talking about, which we need to break, continue to go in direction of $40,000. Once that is cleared, I believe we're going to touch not only $40,000, I believe that we are going to touch here that resistance area of 42,150 and 43,573. Here I want to tell you that the resistance at $42,150-$60, that was in the past a really crucial key level for Bitcoin, and that could be the moment where the whole rally is basically stopping. We get a major pullback and then we reset and continue to go into the bull run. So I want to give you that warning because there is a high probability that this might be the level where we are going to stop. If we are not stopping at that level, then around $50,000, that's then still my prediction that there we are going to stop for that rally. So, but I want you to pay close attention to the $42,000 level here. Let me also have a quick look here on the Bitcoin dominance. The Bitcoin dominance is basically going nowhere. And then on Ethereum. Yeah, so on Ethereum, we are forming here this downward sloping channel. It's not, you can argue that it is kind of like a bull flag. I don't like the angle of it. So, but if you would treat it at one, the target would be $2,318. We got here multiple times rejected at a key resistance of $2,140. Once Ethereum is breaking through that, Ethereum will snap here directly to $2,600. So, and the reason for that is when we are going to the VPVR, and I go here then to the weekly chart, you're going to see it. See here is the longest bar left before we have basically no resistance anymore to the upside. And that's why that is such a key level to break for Ethereum. Once that level is broken, there's no big resistance until $2,600. And if $2,600 is broken, there's no resistance whatsoever anymore. Only psychological levels that will act as resistance, like $3,000, $3,500, $4,000. Only these levels are going to act as resistance. Guys, before I leave, I want to show you actually one coin. Remember, I showed you yesterday a lot of altcoins, and I hope you paid attention, because this altcoin completely destroyed everything that I gave you yesterday. Here, ZRX was one of the coins that I showed you yesterday. I told you the Ethereum narrative is going to run, and if you caught this trade, let me be here more precise. So I told you catch it from here, you would be still up 38%. So congrats to everybody that was listening to me and caught this trade here with us together. All the other coins, they were still going to run. They're just popping left, right, and center sporadically. So don't get discouraged. I still believe that other coins will do the same thing. Guys, that's it for today's episode. Tomorrow I go deeper into altcoins again. And we'll touch briefly on Bitcoin. So also tune in tomorrow and make sure that you smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I see you then again tomorrow.